Hi, long time no see. Today I wanted to talk about just kind of life, flexibility, rules, expectations, and it's because it's kind of got me thinking. Like everything lately has been flipped for everyone. Um, just like here in Colorado, we live in a town where we've had two major fires on either side of us. So we've been safe, but the smoke was hellacious most of the time for like a few weeks. Nothing compared to California. So, I mean, I'm not trying to compare, but got you in a funk because you couldn't go outside. A lot of things our interstates were shut down. So it was just kind of a lot of time, even more time inside to think and realize certain things. Plus, a lot of maybe possibly life altering decisions coming our way once again. It always happens, doesn't it? Just when you think you may have things figured out and to go with the flow, and you may hear helicopters and planes because they're still bringing water over to the fires. I say a lot, and I'm trying to stop that. But it got me thinking about plans and the way you think things are going to go and your expectations of the way things are going to go, and then they don't, and things fall apart or just don't go the way you think they're going to go in general. And either we can fall apart, or I guess we can be flexible. Sometimes you fall apart a little bit, and then you decide to be flexible and change what you're going to do. So I've been thinking a lot about that, and also a lot about rules along with those different expectations and consistency for when we want to make a change and maybe things don't go as planned or are going slower as planned, but you have to be more consistent. Just like exercise, food, painting, a new hobby, writing for me. I kind of have not lost my love of it because I still love it, but I lost, I guess, the need I used to have to do it all the time. And I miss that need. And I want to write, and I'll open my documents and sit and maybe write 2 sentences or not write at all that day. So I know I need to go back to being consistent because I think, and so then I just won't open documents for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And I know I need to be consistent with it because I used to be able to write all the time. I mean, I've self-published quite a few books. And even before that, in college, it got me thinking because I think I lost a little bit of my enthusiasm with everything after some novels. And it's my own fault. Because I allowed myself to get affected by different communities. Because 6 years, 7 years ago, for indie book writers, your main source of marketing yourself, social media. And it was great. Met wonderful, wonderful people, met wonderful readers. However, over time, because this was the main influx of trying to promote yourself, got kind of dark. I allowed myself to get sucked in and become part of the petty judgment as well. Because it seemed like people and readers and other writers decided there were rules that should be followed. And I'm not a rule follower. I remember in college, I wrote, tried to get established younger in my early 30s, late 20s, early 30s. I wrote for a music site and some different little articles and little zines, local zines in New Orleans. And I did band interviews, band reviews, got to go see lots of music. It was fabulous. Then I got paid to edit other people's articles. And I loved writing. I mean, I've written since I was probably in fourth grade. And I remember in college when there was a creative writing assignment. And when we came into class, and I went to college late in life, our papers got mixed up, and our classmates had to read our creative assignment silently it was a short assignment. It had to be like maybe 5 pages typed. So we were reading all in silence, and all of a sudden you heard somebody go, "Oh my God." We were all turned to look at this person, and come to find out she had read my story, which of course had a tragic, twisted ending. I love tragic, twisted endings. I can do happy endings as well. But later, after the professor had told me, this does not follow the rules of writing, and I know you wanted to have a surprise ending, but you're not supposed to do that. And to me, I was like, why? Why not? And this followed me. I switched majors so many times, but I thought I was a literature major, English literature major, and I thought I was going to become a professor and write great American novels. And then I loved biology too, and anatomy. So I went and pursued many other things, but I needed a job with more stability, I guess. So then when I discovered indie writing and being able to self-publish my novels, I thought it was wonderful. And it is wonderful. It is a wonderful thing. But when people start to tell you, if you're going to write romance, you can't have no happy ending at the end. That's against the rules. Or your characters can't do this. Villains can't do this. Heroines or heroes can't do this. I shut down. I become very combative. And I think I'm also not a person to fight for popularity, I guess, because I feel it very disingenuine. And I feel like I'm me, take it or leave it if you don't like it. If I don't rub you the right way, fine, go your way, I go mine. But I did get caught up in the pettiness of almost like cliques, and I felt awful, which is why I've kind of separated myself the past few years from social media in the writing arena, because I don't feel like I'm not a person. I like attention, all of us do, and I'm not a person to like claw for it and fight for it. So I found myself getting really down on myself and depressed, and then thinking, why am I even trying? Why am I was trying to force myself to write like people wanted things to be written, and I didn't like that. So I just never published any of that. And then the thing is, what am I trying to say? I miss it. Not that, I miss the creativity and the writing. So I had immersed myself in other activities, and I found myself every day, it's friends I talk to, I'm like, I need to start writing again. Even on my blog, I kind of quit writing. And the funny thing is, my mom, who is such a stickler for rules and consistency, and she's never read anything I've written, because my mom is not a reader of romance. She even asked me today, we were on the phone discussing something else, more changes in life, and she said, have you been writing? And I said, no. And she said, I really think you should. And my mom has suitcases of stories I've written since like I said, probably fourth grade, notebooks, handwritten in pencil, just stories upon stories. And so it got me really thinking, maybe this is my sign I'm always looking for a sign. I'm always looking for what I should be doing and the reason to do it. And maybe the reason is, she's like, even you should just write for yourself. I mean, thanks for moms sometimes, right? And it's true. I've been pressuring myself to write the next great American novel, whatever. And maybe you're pressuring yourself to lose 10 pounds, to run some marathon, to paint this spectacular work of art, to touch people's lives, to be an influence, or whatever they call those now, to travel, to do a great adventure, which I would love to do that too. But maybe we need to do it for ourselves, which also, in everything I've been trying to do, and this popped up: consistency, flexibility. Be consistent in what you do, but be willing to be flexible to change aspects. Becoming good at something takes consistency. We all expect ourselves to be able to do something immediately and be great at it, or pick it up really quickly. And that doesn't always happen. There may be some things we're great at immediately, and then we get down on ourselves because we try something new and we're not awesome at it immediately. And then I think of like Stephen King with all his rejection letters, or anything. And it's anything you want to be good at, it's practice and consistency. Playing a musical instrument, dancing, cooking. You just practice until you can do it right. And I think I lost my consistency in sitting and writing every day. And it doesn't have to be a full novel or the same novel every day that I work on, which is what I used to do. I would sit down and work on a novel until it was finished every day. Sometimes I have ideas and I wrote down things on the side for other ideas, but I think I kind of pigeonholed myself into thinking I have to sit and complete something all at once. And I think it's just the consistency of writing, because if I'm more flexible in something else that maybe takes over the interest, or I see the split to go to spend more time on it and maybe finish something else first. With me right now, it's writing and exercise and food and and adventure. I still need to be consistent and work on it. So I think I'm going to, I saw something, and I used to have ribbons on my wall, and I clothespined pictures of my old self because that's how I wanted to look. And I had index cards of story ideas or phrases that helped motivate me to write every day. So I think I'm going to do that again. I'm going to set up a space. I don't have a designated space because we still don't have our floors replaced. It's been 2 months since we paid for them. So I don't have a nice designated writing space or creative space. But I think I'm going to have to set me up a corner anyway, even if it's a pillow chair type pillow beanbag and a board for a desk, just so I can sit and feel like it's my workspace. So thanks for listening to me ramble. I'm going to try to be more consistent, more flexible, and realize I don't have to pop out one novel every 8 months like I used to, or something. I can freely write for my enjoyment and hope that I can finish some more to publish in the future, and maybe even get that literary agent, because I do write something meaningful and fantastic, even though I feel like the things I've written are meaningful in a way. They're meaningful to me. They've touched some people, and some people have enjoyed reading them, but And I have been doing my meditation, which I told you I had a meditation challenge. I did 23 days consistently, missed 2. So I'm going to go back to it again. And I'm going to try to start now writing consistently every day, even if it's 15 minutes and it's worthless sentences or a haiku or whatever. I think maybe we all need to give ourselves a challenge to be consistent in whatever we want to do, but we also have to be excited about it. So find something you're really excited about. Give yourself a small consistency challenge. And like, I like to move every day for, even if it's 15 minutes to 20 minutes. I'm trying to work myself back up to that as well. I have many little challenges and goals in my life. So let's do this. Let's have a little consistency challenge and be flexible when things don't work out with it, but still do something, even if it's not that one focus goal. Like, even if you're not going to lift weights, do something that day. Just like I said with my writing, even if it's not the same story to focus on, I'm going to write something every day to get myself back to where I was and enjoy it. And I'm not going to make myself have writing rules per se, as in there are no rules to an imaginative story. It can be whatever you want. That's the whole point of it. I mean, look at what people have done with vampires and zombies and werewolves, from slow to fast, or twinkly and sparkly to dark and shark-like. Make it your own. Make your rules for your story. I hate that people say there are writing rules. And that's the rebel in me. I don't think there are rules to how stories have to flow. I think it should be entertaining, and if you see in real life that people sprout wings and fly, let it happen. So that's my little story. Be a rule breaker, but also be consistent. Does that make any sense at all? No! But hey, that's why there's no rules.